Good morning. Today I have a very special treat for you. This is my grandfather drum, and for the first time since I have had it, I have a stand for it. My father is a woodworker, and he and my mother and brother have made a collapsible, reversible stand. So this is the sitting position, and then it actually reverses, and there's a standing position as well. So I'm really excited about that. Made it out of oak, so it's nice and strong, and that treats this drum with the respect that it really deserves. This is a pre-war Taos Pueblo drum, and you can see on the side, the wood on the side, instead of being pieced together and glued in a perfect circle, it's actually a tree trunk that from a very, very old cottonwood that was hollowed out, and then the deer skin or elk skin that was stretched across it. Now, I inherited this, and I should say for probably 20 or 30 years, it was used as a coffee table. And a lot of these were used in southwestern decor as coffee tables. Some of them were specifically made for that market, and some, sadly, like this one, were actually antiques that were picked up, that were sold out of the Pueblo, and then used as decor as opposed to a very powerful healing drum. So when I received this from a woman who had used it both as decor and as a healing drum, I took it to the Pueblo, and they showed me the tree that it had come from, which was a stump, and they blessed it for educational use. And they said after all of this that they didn't need it back because of the way it had been treated. So when I talk, which you will hear in the next video, when I talk about drums having personalities, drums getting upset, this is mostly the drum I'm talking about. This drum took a long time to get back into voice and to feel comfortable being played and to have a good resonant sound and to be very powerful. And I've spoken of this before, but I want to again. The moment that its power truly returned, the moment that it was really a huge, huge sound was 9/11. I was home watching the Today Show, getting ready for work. I was a professor at Washington University in St. Louis, a visiting lecturer, when the planes hit the tower. And they did not cancel school quite yet at that point. So I gathered my drum when I got to school, and I took it with all of the drumsticks I could find in the entire music department, and I handed them out to that classroom filled with New Yorkers and ROTC students. And we just drummed until they canceled the class. We drummed for about an hour. And it was so powerful and so healing, and it really helped those students who understood as clearly as my grandmother's generation understood at Pearl Harbor that their nation was at war and that they were the generation that would pay for it. So that's when this drum decided to sing again, and since then it has been a very powerful healing tool. Now, as a healer, I do not use it often because it is really strong medicine. And as I always say when I do something musical, if this is not the right sound for you, if listening to it does something in you that's not immediately feeling good, please turn it off, because it is supposed to feel good, and if it doesn't, then this is the wrong prescription for you. This is not the right medicine. So if you are prepared and ready to feel, the idea, as if you read my last post, you'll know in Anishinaabe origin story of the drum that it comes to bring peace and to connect the members of the nation, but especially the men who have been at war, connect them back to their hearts. And although this is a Taos drum, and there are many different origin stories for the drums among the different native nations, the idea is often the same, that the drum is there to connect a person to the heartbeat of Mother Earth and to their own heart when that connection has been broken. And there's lots of ways that connection can be broken, but one of the most profound ways is going through a war. So here we are with the grandfather drum. I'm going to play now. Prepare yourself. I'm just going to drum. I'm not singing today. If you were listening closely, you could hear at different parts of the drum, there are actually different notes, different tones that you could hear, depending on the thickness of the hide itself. So one of the reasons we respect drums is not only do they have their own spirit, but of the sacrifice of the animals that were made to create the membrane for the drum, and of the plants to create the sides and base of the drum, as I said in my post yesterday. So thank you very much for listening. Tomorrow will be about hand drums. Bye-bye.